Hello friends, this is Dr. H.K. Manjunath Reddy, Associate Professor, Department of Electronics, Government Autonomous College, Kalburgi. This video lecturing class pertains to BSc 5th semester Electronics of Bangalore University Central. Well, the learning objectives of this video lecturing class are to understand what is a video signal, what is a composite video signal, what are the composites of the composite video signal, importance of composites of a composite video signal, and the details of composite video signals will be discussed. Well, what will be the session outcome? The learner will get the details of the following, that is definition of composite video signal, the composites of the composite video signal, importance of composite video signals in transmission and reception of video signals in television communication, details of horizontal blanking and horizontal synchronizing pulse, and likewise the details of vertical blanking and vertical synchronizing pulses will be discussed. Well, composite video signal. Initially, what is a video signal? Or what is a composite video signal? Video signals, along with other electrical signals such as horizontal blanking, vertical blanking, horizontal synchronizing, vertical synchronizing, and equalizing pulses, are called as composite video signals. So, video signals with its composites. What are the composites? Blanking pulses and synchronizing pulses are the composites of video signal. So what a video signal pertains to? Video signals are nothing but a continuously varying electrical signals, that is, which are analog in form, corresponding to a picture information obtained during horizontal trace. As the electron beam in a camera tube moves from left to right, that is during trace, it converts the intensity of each pixel along the horizontal direction into the corresponding electrical signal, which is analog in form. The amplitudes of these electrical signals will be proportional to the amplitude of the pixel scanned by the electron beam. That is, more is the intensity of a pixel on the screen of a camera tube, more will be the amplitude of the video signal obtained during the process of scanning. Therefore, the amplitudes of the video signals represents the intensity of the pixels scanned during the process of horizontal scanning. Well, then what are horizontal blanking pulses? These are the rectangular pulses of high amplitude which are used to blank the scanning of electron beam spot during the horizontal retrace. When horizontal retrace is a process in which an electron beam is made to move from right to left of the screen to scan a new line. Therefore, when the electron beam is moving from right to left of the screen, it's called as retrace. This retrace line should not appear on the screen. Hence, to avoid this, the blanking pulses are being introduced. Well, what happens if the horizontal blanking pulses are not introduced along with the video signals? So, in the absence of these pulses, that is horizontal blanking pulses, horizontal retrace lines will appear on the screen along with the video. So, which is a disturbance. Likewise, what are horizontal synchronizing pulses? These pulses are used to synchronize horizontal scanning of the camera tube and the picture tube during the horizontal trace line. Well, what happens in the absence of the horizontal synchronizing pulses? That is, what will be the problem if these synchronizing pulses are not introduced along with the video signals? In the absence of the horizontal synchronizing pulses, there will be a horizontal shift in the scanning area of the picture tube corresponding to the scanning of camera tube. Therefore, to avoid this, the horizontal synchronizing pulses are being introduced along with the video signals in the process of transmission itself. Well, let us now go to the details of the horizontal synchronizing and the blanking pulse. You can see here a figure which indicates the details of the horizontal blanking and the horizontal synchronizing pulse. On the left side, you can see video signals of first trace line ends. That is, during trace time, the video signals are obtained. Once the electron beam comes from left to right of the screen, the video signals will complete. Now, when the electron beam has to move from right to left, the blanking pulse exists. The blanking pulse starts from 10% brightness level and ends at 75% brightness level. And as you can see, a horizontal synchronizing pulse is followed immediately after an horizontal blanking pulse, but the horizontal sync pulse starts at 75% brightness level and ends at 100% brightness level. So here 1 HB refers to the first horizontal blanking pulse after the first horizontal trace line. So immediately after the horizontal blanking pulse, that is the first horizontal blanking pulse, again scanning starts from left to right for the second line. So therefore, the electrical signals or the continuous signals what you see there corresponds to video signals of second trace line. When the trace line is completed, again an horizontal blanking pulse is being introduced, that is second horizontal blanking pulse, that is 2 HB. As you can see, the duration of the horizontal blanking pulse and the duration of the video signal trace corresponds to one line, that is moving of an electron beam from left to right of the screen, that is to obtain video signals, and the movement of electron beam from right to left, that is during blanking period, corresponds to one horizontal line time, and in CCIR standards, one horizontal line time will be equal to 64 microsecond as being indicated in the figure. Well, there are two porches, one is the front porch and the other is the back porch. Front porch and back porch have got their own importance in the composite video signals, which will be discussed in the next slide. As you can see, the horizontal blanking pulse duration is 12 microseconds. The horizontal sync pulse duration is 4.7 microseconds. Front porch duration is 1.5 microseconds and back porch duration is 5.8 microseconds. Well, what is the importance of front porch? The front porch acts as a buffer to distinguish between the beginning of horizontal blanking pulse and the beginning of horizontal sync pulse. So to distinguish between the beginning of the horizontal blanking and the horizontal synchronizing pulse, a buffer zone is being introduced which is of duration 1.5 microseconds. Likewise, after the completion of the synchronizing pulse, a buffer zone is again created, that is called as a back porch. So back porch is used to reproduce signals of AGC, that is automatic gain control, and is also used to accommodate the color burst signals in case of transmission of the color video signals. Likewise, what are vertical blanking pulses and vertical synchronizing pulses? Vertical blanking pulses are used to blank the electron beam spot during the vertical retrace. If at all the vertical retrace should not appear on the screen of the TV, that is when the electron beam is moving from bottom to top, it has to be blanked, and for this the vertical blanking pulses are being used. Well, what happens if the vertical blanking pulses are not introduced along with the video signals in the process of transmitter? In the absence of this pulse, vertical retrace lines will appear on the screen. If not blanked, the vertical retrace lines will appear, that is from bottom to top. Likewise, vertical synchronizing pulse. These pulses are used to synchronize the scanning of the camera tube and the picture tube along the vertical direction. Well, what happens if the synchronizing pulses are not introduced? In the absence of the synchronizing pulse, that is vertical synchronizing pulse, there will be a vertical shift in scanning area of the picture tube corresponding to the camera tube. So there are possibilities of shifting the picture along the vertical direction if vertical synchronizing pulses are not being introduced. Well, vertical sync complex, as found in case of the horizontal blanking and synchronizing pulse, for each horizontal blanking pulse there was one horizontal sync pulse, whereas in case of vertical sync pulse we have got a complex, that is more than one pulse is being present here, and there are of three types. One is pre-equalizing pulses, post-equalizing pulses, and broad or equalizing pulses. The graphical representation of this is shown in this slide, and you can see there are three synchronizing pulses. The first one, pre-equalizing pulses, which are 5 in number, 5 broad or equalizing pulses, again 5 in number, and 5 post-equalizing pulses, which are 5 in number. Each is of 2.5 H, where H represents the horizontal line time, which is nothing but 64 microseconds. Well, the total vertical blanking pulse duration is equal to 20 horizontal line time, that is 20 H. Again, H is nothing but the horizontal line time, which corresponds to 64 microseconds in case of CCIR standards. So therefore 20H will be equal to 1280 microseconds. So 1280 microseconds is the duration of vertical blanking pulse, and vertical sync pulse duration will be 7.5 horizontal line time. You can see here end of the odd trace field. Once the electron beam comes to the bottom of the screen scanning from top, then the beam has to be taken vertically to the top to scan the next field. So therefore the vertical blanking pulse starts at the end of odd trace field, and immediately after the vertical blanking pulse ends, there starts the trace field of the even screen. Well friends, the details of vertical blanking and vertical synchronizing pulse. Vertical blanking pulse duration is 1280 microseconds as discussed earlier. Pre-equalizing pulse duration, that is the duration of each pulse in the pre-equalizing pulses, will be equal to 2.3 microseconds. Likewise, the pulse duration of the broad pulse or equalizing pulse is equal to 27.3 microseconds, and the post equalizing pulse duration is same as the pre equalizing pulse duration, that is 2.3 microseconds. Well, what is the importance of, or what is the role of the pre equalizing pulses, the broad or equalizing pulses, and post equalizing pulses will be discussed. So pre-equalizing pulses are 5 in number, each of 2.3 microsecond duration. They are used to equalize the integrated vertical sync pulse in case of odd and even field. Likewise, there are 5 broad pulses of duration 27.3 microseconds. They help in shifting half line and full line discrepancies during odd and even retrace. Post equalizing pulses are again 5 in number and the duration is 2.3 microseconds. Post equalizing pulses are used to manage the change from full time rhythm to half time rhythm during odd and even field scanning. Well friends, now let's come to the multiple choice question to have an overview of the discussion being done so far. Composite video signal consists of dash. The options are blanking pulse, synchronizing pulse, video signals, and D, all the above. As we know, composite video signal consists of a video signal along with horizontal blanking, vertical blanking, horizontal synchronizing, and vertical synchronizing pulse. Therefore, the composite video signal consists of all the above, that is option D is right. Duration of horizontal blanking pulse is dash microsecond. So horizontal blanking pulse, as we discussed earlier, is equal to 12 microseconds, that is option B is right. Duration of vertical blanking pulse is dash microseconds in CCIR standards. The options are A 1000, B 1100 microseconds, C 1280 microseconds, D 1500 microseconds. As discussed earlier, the width of the vertical blanking pulse is 20 Hz, which accounts for 1280 microseconds. Therefore, option C is the right answer. Horizontal and vertical blanking pulses are used during. So what for the horizontal and vertical blanking pulses are used in the process of transmission of video signal. So horizontal blanking and vertical blanking pulses helps to dash, retrace, trace, both trace and retrace, and none of the above. As we know, the blanking pulses may be horizontal blanking or vertical blanking pulse. They are used only during retrace period. Therefore, answer B is right, that is trace. The fifth question, one line time, that is 1H in CCIR standards is of dash microseconds. So what does one line time in CCIR corresponds to? Option A 24 microseconds, option B 48 microseconds, option C 64 microseconds, and option D 80 microseconds. As learnt earlier, one line time is equal to 64 microseconds, and hence answer C is right. Thank you friends. More details of the television will be learnt in session 39 of my next video lecturing class. Thank you.